Earlier, DOE mentioned that there are 227 projects that were approved. Of the 227, 111 were approved, 83 completed, although 77 are delayed. And then there are still a few more na hindi pa po nagagawa. Gusto ko lang po malaman, base po dito sa performance ng mga projects na ito na dapat nakakapagpakuryente na sa ating mga laylayan, may sinabi po si Congressman Dan kanina na itong mga proyektong ito, maski hindi pa po pinakikinabangan, ay binabayaran na po ng taong bayan. Can you confirm this?
Meron pong, hindi naman po lahat, meron pong mga delayed projects po kasi based on our data, the third RP, for example, this is the last approved regulatory period po for NGCP 2011 to 2015. There were 65 projects included. 6 po doon, ongoing pa din, meaning hindi pa rin po tapos. 3 po doon, based on our analysis, walang data kung kailan ba nagsimula or kailan matatapos. So ito pong mga projects na to, kasama na po sa allowed revenue ni NGCP and sinisingil na po niya since
Okay, teka lang, ma'am.
2011.
Ito lang kasi baka hindi maintindihan ng taong bayan. Bakit sila naniningil sa isang proyektong hindi pa pinakikinabangan ng tao?
Apa.
Kasi common sense would dictate you pay for service. But dito, wala pang service, binabayaran mo na. So anong logic doon?
Apo. Yun po kasing sistema po, yung regulatory framework governing transmission and distribution, supposed to be forward-looking po yan.
Precisely.
Sasubmit po nila yung mga plano nilang proyekto over the next 5 years, may budget po sila doon, bibigyan po sila ng authority to collect based on an annual breakdown of the approved budget. So, technically, pwede po, under the current framework, na kahit hindi pa sila tapos, nakakapaningil silang unti-unti.
Hindi, but ako ma'am, ang position ko, hindi pwede yon. Kasi, unang-una, hindi naman nalulugi yung NGCP. Paano mo naman masasabi na nalulugi yung NGCP? Mr. Chair, if I may, no? Tignan mo,
Deputy Speaker.
NGCP, this is data that I got from the Senate. I'll just go through it. 2014, ang income po ninyo, 22 billion. 2015, ang income po ng NGCP, 22 billion. 2017, ang income po ng NGCP, 20.6 billion. 2019, 20 billion. 2020, 23 billion, 2021, 23 billion, 2022, 34 billion, 2023, 23 billion. So billion-billion po yung kinikita ng NGCP. So hindi nyo po pwedeng masabi sa akin na nalulugi kayo kaya kailangan nyo po yung ganitong pagpasa ng pambayad sa mga consumers, sa mga proyektong hindi nyo pa pinakikinabangan. Ngayon, ang tanong ko, dito sa kinikita ninyo, bakit napakalaki yata ng dividendo na binibigay nyo sa mga shareholders ninyo? Like for example, in 2014, your net income was 22 billion. However, the dividends you provided to your shareholders was 24 billion. In 2015, your income was 22 billion, but the dividends, 21 billion, 93%. 20 billion, 19 billion ang dividends ninyo. 2019, 20 billion ang kinita ninyo, 15 billion ang dividends. 2020, 23 billion ang kinita ninyo, 12 billion ang dividends. 2021, 23 billion ang kinita ninyo, 12 billion ang dividends. 2022, 34 billion, 12 billion ang dividends. 2023, 23 billion ang kinita ninyo, 12 billion ang dividends. Shouldn't you be allocating more for development of new sites, expanding your service, improving your service, rather than ensuring that your shareholders get a larger pie of your income?
May we respond, Mr. Chair? Yeah, Mr. Chair,
Yung funding ho for projects doesn't come just from internally generated cash. So the dividends mentioned come from retained earnings. So that isn't exactly, with all due respect to how it works, that your dividends will be necessarily from your earnings. That's not how things are done po.
No,
Second
but insofar as you're able to
Yeah.
give billions in dividends,
yes, Mr. Chair.
that means your company is earning billions,
If
correct?
I may, Mr. Chair, proceed. Yung funding capex po was never put at risk, even with the distribution of dividends. Our capex, again, is approved by the ERC. So we are only spending exactly how much we're allowed to spend. And in fact po, if you look at the historical data, NGCP has outspent government 5:1. So in terms of yung obligasyon ho namin na gumastos at paunlarin ho ang transmission
ma'am,
grid,
Question.
nagawa po yun.
Mr. Chair.
Attorney.
Mr. Chairman, are there parameters on that? That the
The Honorable Dan Fernandez.
parang
Mr. Chair.
Attorney, the Honorable Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez has the floor.
I think that's an unfair statement to say that we're actually spending more than government. Siyempre, trabaho niyo yun eh.
Yes, exactly po.
So don't compare it to government. Don't compare it to government spending because you are supposed to be establishing those transmission lines to begin with. So don't say that you're spending more than government.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That's like-
It just underlines po, Mr. Chair, and I apologize if it came across as different.
That's an unfair statement because that responsibility was given to NGCP
Yes.
under the franchise that was provided to you.
And we have fulfilled that responsibility, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
I don't think
In fact, we have spent 182 billion between 2016 and 2022. So meron ho talaga kaming inilalabas. Kasi kung hindi po kami maggagastos, wala hong matatapos na proyekto.
Attorney, alam niyo po,
Question lang, Mr.
very
Chair.
relevant po ang sinabi niyong na fulfill niyo obligasyon niyo. Because right now, a lot of projects have not been completed. You've been fined 10 times over for them. And you cannot categorically tell us in this committee, straight in our face, that the mandate has been fulfilled. Because kaya nga ako yung napa-fine eh. So parang may disconnect ho yung statement nyo at saka yung nangyayari po talaga sa ground from incumbent Deputy Speaker to a former Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Yusek Sharon Garin.
Sir Chair, just another perspective to that. If according to based on the NGCP audited financial statements, the total revenue is 663 billion in the past 14 years. The average annual net income is 22.52 billion, and the average annual dividends, as per financial statements, is 16.86 billion, while the total net income is 315 billion, and the total dividends is 236 billion. Ang capex nila, as of that financial statement, is 237.8 billion, and total loan is 237.6 billion. Based on the report of Transco, na annual report, the total transmission asset is 544 billion compared to the above figures, and the total revenue of NGCP in the past 14 years is 663 billion. Therefore, it has exceeded the valuation of the total transmission asset of Transco of 544 billion. The total concession fee paid by NGCP in the past 16 years is 203.62 billion. That has been overtaken by the total dividends received by its owners of 236, mas mataas pa yung dividends, 236 billion. So with 10 more years under concession agreement, from the point of view of the investors, these numbers are very, very good, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
so in other words,
Sharon Garin. The Honorable Dan Fernandez is recognized.
so in other words, Mr. Chairman, kasi yung concession fees po nila, no, na babayaran nila in 20 years, 168.9 billion yung kanilang kontrata, pero yung kinita nila, ang laki-laki na po. At ang totoo dito, yung wealth that is transferred by Transco to NGCP is not even shared to the public. Alam niyo, Mr. Chairman, in accordance with Section 8 of Republic Act 9511, sinasabi dyan that the grantee, the NGCP, shall list subject to the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission and the PSE and make a public offering of the shares representing at least 20% of its outstanding capital stock. Alam mo, Mr. Chairman, ang sinasabi po ng batas natin sa Republic Act 9511, Section 8, dapat yung at least 20% ng NGCP are being open or offer to the public. Pero, Mr. Chairman, I have so many questions about this issue wherein indeed the NGCP offered to the public its 20% share in accordance with the provision of Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. Mr. Chairman, we all know that ang breakdown ng ating pong NGCP, 40% yan is owned by the China Grid Corporation and 30% is owned by Monte Oro Grid Corporation and 30% is owned by the Kalaka. The NGCP applied, no? Kasi sabi ng batas 10 years 10 years kailangan bago mag-expired. Simula sila ng 2009 January. Dapat nung January 15, 2019, dapat nakapag-offer na sila sa public nung share na sinabi ng batas 20%. Pero Mr. Chairman, sa nabasa ko sa website, no, na nakuha ko sa ERC, and try to find out sa website ng NGCP, yung public offering, no, wala po ako nakita, kundi ang nakita ko is share swap. Ano ba yung share swap? Ang share swap, ang nag-uusap, yung iba-ibang, yung mga kumpanya na listed sa Philippine Stock Exchange at sila nag-uusap para makakapag-comply doon sa sinasabi nating requirements ng Section 8 na Republic Act 9511. But there is a legal question in here. Because hindi po nagkaroon ng tunay na public offering.
Correct.
In accordance with Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. Kundi nagkaroon ng private transaction between NGCP and the Synergy Grid Corporation, which is still owned by those people who owned NGCP. At Mr. Chairman, I have found out, no, na ito pong 60% na pag-aari po ng NGCP, no, dalawang kumpanya may-ari niyan, yung pong Monte Oro, which is owned by the One Taipan Holding Corporation, which is owned by Henry C. and Robert Coyuto, at doon sa Kalaka naman, na siya may-ari doon sa NGCP, owned by the Pacific 21, which is 100% owned by the SGP. Now, Mr. Chairman, having said that, sila may-ari ng 60% ng NGCP, nag-offer sila sa public. Pero ang bumili, Synergy, na sila yung may-ari. Now, ang tanong, ERC, I know hindi mo pa panahon to. Ang desisyon na to ay nabasa ko na ang desisyon. About last night when I was reading this decision that was dissented by Commissioner Maceda, no, and approved by the majority, no, I instead of relying on the final order ordering the NGCP to proceed with the IPO, within 6 months, kasi nag-motion for reconsideration pa sila doon eh. Now, ang tanong ko sa iyo, Mona, have you encountered this issue even though na hindi pa ikaw ang chairperson during that time? Can you
Chair
kindly
Di Malanta,
explore on this issue?
Please reply. I think what he's talking about, it's clear. The obligation to sell off a portion of the shares, and the Honorable Fernandez is now saying that it was not done in accordance with what the law requires. Please reply.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I encountered it when we started talking about the reset, Mr. Chair, because
Yes.
part of the reset is to review the compliance of NGCP with all its obligations, and that's when I was advised that I think in 2021, I'm just trying to get the exact dates po, Mr. Chair. In 2021, the ERC allowed or accepted the share swap as an indirect compliance with the public offering requirement in Section 8 of the franchise of NGCP. So I did ask whether this is already in compliance, because the law requires a listing of its shares, of NGCP shares, but this one is complying with it indirectly with the listing of Synergy. Synergy po yung listed company. So, but I understand that the ERC allowed it back in 2021. Di ko lang po alam yung
When you
exact.
say they allowed it, in what form did they allow it? Was there a resolution? Was there a...
There was a compliance filed by NGCP po, and there was an issuance. I'm just not sure if it's an order or decision.
But
that
in
was
your
issued
opinion,
by-
you're a respected lawyer, a distinguished lawyer, a practicing lawyer. Is that in compliance?
I have my questions po, because the franchise is clear when it says its shares, meaning the franchise holder shares, and these are not the shares of NGCP itself that were listed.
But shares of,
Shares of the parent that are listed. So,
which is in
which
violation.
is not which does not comply with listing of its shares. But this is a requirement under their franchise, so I defer
That's right.
to the
That's right. That's something
committee.
that we will take. We will have to study, no? And NGCP, are you compliant?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Chair Mona, for mentioning Section 8 of our franchise. But I draw everyone's attention po to the second part of that provision that clearly states that, and I quote, provided that the listing in the PSE of any company which directly or indirectly owns or controls at least 30% of the outstanding shares of stock of the grantee shall be considered full compliance. So because there was a follow-on offering of SGP which owns part of NGCP, that is compliant po under 9511. I understand that what you're quoting, that's the first part, but that's the general rule. But there is an option for an indirect listing, which we did, I think, in 2022 or thereabouts, after seeking approval to ensure that the company that does the follow-on offering will comply with the 30% requirement under Section 8. So just a clarification, Mr. Chair. Thank you po.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
We take note of that, and maybe in the subject, in the amendments in the future, that's something that we should look at, because I think it's only NGCP that has that provision.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Yes,
Mr. Chair,
Honorable.
I believe on what
Honorable,
Attorney
Dan
Cynthia were
Fernandez.
mentioning a while ago, that that is provided under the law, Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. But you deceived the ARC precisely when you applied for IPO sa ERC. You never mentioned about the share swap. Have you mentioned the share swap prior to the motion for clarification? Prior to motion for clarification that was applied by the NGCP. Have you mentioned the share swap
Mr.
Yes,
Chair,
please reply.
Please answer that.
Yes or no muna?
No.
Ye-
It
I think
cannot
that's
be
asking
this,
answered
yes
po
or no.
by a yes or no.
Para po tayo
Because
klaro.
the shares...
No, wait. Attorney Cynthia, ang tinatanong ko, prior to the application of motion for clarification of the final order that was made by the ERC on the list of IPO within 6 months, did you mention the share swap?
I cannot answer, Mr. Chair, because I don't
You did
know
not.
what the motion for clarification
You did
is.
not.
And if I may explain, Mr. Chair, the share
proceed.
swap was to ensure the 30% compliance. Because had we not done the share swap, then SGP may not make that 30% compliance requirement.
Yes.
Now, after po the share swap, yung SGP po, ang follow-on offering, there was no IPO, it was a follow-on offering. And because of the share swap with SGP, naging compliant ngayon po yung follow-on offering with Section 8. Without the share swap, hindi po magiging compliant.
Yes, but wait, Attorney Cynthia. Yung share swap na sinasabi natin dito, who owns the SGP na nakabili doon sa NGCP na 60% owned by Monte Oro and Calaca?
SGP is owned po,
By?
SGP owns part of NGCP.
Sino nga may-ari?
Now, yung structuring
Sino nga
po,
may-ari
if I
ng
may...
NGCP? Ng SGP? Ng Synergy? Sino?
I will get back to you on that. I don't have the documents on that, Mr. Chair.
Hindi
But,
nyo alam taga-NGCP kayo?
this
Sino ang
NGCP po, we're talking
sino ang
about SGP. I'm not
majority
part of
shareholder
SGP po.
ng Synergy?
Again, I don't have the documents with me,
Hindi
Mr.
mo
Chair,
alam?
but we will...
Na si
Hindi po
mo
ako
alam?
taga-SGP po.
Hindi mo alam
NGCP
na
po
may-ari
ako.
ng 38.94% is
I don't have
Henry
the documents, Mr. Chair,
Na
right
boss mo?
now. I cannot confirm that
Ito,
because
papakonfirm ko sa'yo. Pakita
then
natin.
we would be
Pakikita ko
okay
sa'yo
po
para
with
malaman mo na
if we
boss
have
mo may-ari.
copies of that.
Na nakabili ng share ng NGCP ay kayo din mismo.
Again, yun naman po ay
Show the
pinalo-on offering. Even though po ang may-ari ng SGP, that was offered to the public.
38.94% owned by Henry C. Jr. 38.94% is owned by Robert Coyuto. That is 77.88% owned by them na binili ang NGCP. PCD Nominee Corporation, 13.32%. PCD Nominee Corporation, non-Filipino, 7.43%. 77.88% plus 20.75%, that is 98.63%. In other words, kayo ang bumili sa NGCP at ang natira para sa taong bayan is 1.37%, which is in violation of Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. That I want you to know, na ang nakabili ng share na dapat ay sa public ay ang boss mo mismo.
Mr. Chair, the requirement is for a public offering, and that was done. Now, we cannot, if whoever purchases from the open market, that's a market.
Is it moral?
Again, Mr. Chair,
I'm asking you, it is moral to buy your own? Ikaw bibili. Kaya ang ginawa ninyo hindi nyo nga sinabi yung share swap doon sa discussion ng ERC Ang ginawa
It wasn't
ninyo,
a share
nag-motion
swap po.
kayo for clarification, clarifying the decision of the final order to proceed with the IPO within 6 months. You deceived, as a matter of fact. Si Mr. Francisco, yung inyong consultant who testified in the ERC, even manifested that you have an ongoing discussion starting no November 2019. Pinag-uusapan nyo na po yung IPO. But then suddenly, sa motion for clarification, na instead, nasundin nyo yung final order, you have injected a amendment on the decision of the motion for reconsideration. Mr. Chairman, I think nakikita po natin dito that they abuse the power that was given to them. The franchise that we have given to NGCB was really abused by them. Isa pa lamang to, Mr. Chairman. And for that, Mr. Chairman, this representation wanted to invite yung mga may-ari nung nakabili nung share ng NGCP. Dito si Henry C. Jr., imbitahan po natin si Mr. Robert Coyuto, at imbitahan din natin itong PCD Nominee Corporation na Pilipino at PCD Nominee Corporation non-Pilipino dahil sila po ay nagko-comprise ng 98% ownership. Na instead na public ang nakinabang, taong bayan. Because very essence of putting the public utilities sa IPO, sa public offering, because ito po entails economic development. It entails transparency and efficiency of the public utilities. Ang mga water concessionaire natin, binigyan po natin sila ng concession. Dahil yun po ang ating intention na maging transparent at ma-involve ang ating pong mga kababayan. Unfortunately, ang ginawa po ng NGCP, yung kanilang supposedly compliance with Section 8 of Republic Act 9511, nakbackdoor sila. Na imbis na ibenta sa taong bayan, sila mismo ang bumili, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Honorable
I have another one issue, Mr. Chairman.
We will ask them. We will give you ample rest, okay, to be able to get your third point across.
Mr. Chair.
For NGCP, I think I'm sure you have an answer to that, no? But you just have to raise it, yes, in paper. I think it's very clear that I think the point of the Honorable Dan Fernandez is that to the public. So a question, and it's 20% of the entire pie, not only 20% of a portion of. So now I think he's now saying that that was not done. Now, ergo, it has violated the very essence of this franchise granted to you by Congress. The Honorable Deputy Speaker, J.J. Swan.
Is so that the public will have a chance to have ownership and say over a public utility. Yun yung intention nung Section 8 na yon. Kasi taong bayan makikinabang, taong bayan magbabayad, so dapat maski papano may boses. Ayon sa sinabi ni Congressman Dan Fernandez, yung public offering po ng NGCP, sila din po ang bumili sa sarili nilang shares. So that in itself is a violation of the intent of Section 8. Now, question, NGCP. Ma'am, question lang po dito sa SGP. So, you mentioned earlier that you complied because SGP bought into NGCP. Is this correct?
Mr. Chair, we just reserve the right po to answer the questions of the committee in a position paper po.
No, but you mentioned earlier that you felt that you were compliant because SGP bought the public offerings, no?
Sorry. Mr. Chair, our previous statements, we will all summarize in a position paper na lang for clarity po.
Can I just ask, does SGP, does it have voting authority?
Mr. Chair, so that we can answer intelligently and with completeness, we will take note of all the questions of the committee and submit answers to the same in a position paper po.
So we don't know whether or not SGP has voting authority?
If you're going to make that position for every question that's going to be asked of you, then how do we proceed?
Mr. Chair, our understanding was that this was a La Nina briefing. Had we known that these things would have been taken up, then we would have better prepared. But these are matters that we can thresh out fully if given the proper time.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I think we're still in line with the briefing because remember, we're talking about performance.
Correct.
And how NGCP addresses performance. And NGCP, the very basis of your performance is your franchise.
But Mr.
So,
sorry.
there is nothing wrong if we look into your performance because the very bedrock of your performance is the franchise that has been awarded to you by government. Now, if we see that you are not performing well and are deficient in a lot of areas, there's nothing wrong to look and to revisit your franchise because that's the very basis why you're operating. Now, if you feel that we are in violation or whatever. Do we have quorum, Mr. Chair?
Yes, we do.
Why?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. But I just would like to make this clear. This is a continuance, and being that we are now still in line because that was the problem of the last hearing. We had to summarize it, and it all boils down to the transmission lines. And that's why everything is being asked here is still in connection with. Ang problema lang po, ma'am, nagsasanga eh. No? May mga pumapasok. Because of your answers, sumasanga rin yung tanong, no? But I think it's still, okay, the questions like, are you ready? Can you do it? Because now they're saying that there are problems and they're now of the position that we may not be ready for problems like this in the future. Parang, that's, so because of the answers, nagsasanga ho yung tanong.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, we recognize, of course, the powers of the committee to look into the performance of NGCP. However, these are details that we are not prepared with today because we were looking more into operational. We are not refusing to answer any of the questions po, but we are saying that the detail at which we're making the discussion, we cannot match the preparedness of Congressman Dan Fernandez and Congressman JJ Suarez. So again, if we will be more than happy po to address these questions, but we request that we be given time to give an intelligent answer because we all want the public to understand the situation, and NGCP, of course, is more than willing for the sake of transparency po.
Okay, thank
Mr.
you
Chair.
very much. We take note of that,
Mr. Chair.
NGCP. Before I continue, the Chair recognizes the Honorable Jude Asidre of Tingog, Sunny Lagon of Ako Bisaya, and Daphne Lagon of the 6th District of Cebu. So we have a lot of members in Zoom right now. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I just would like to put forward the motion.
Yeah. Yes, may I know what the motion is? Yes.
Given that we are touching on sections and articles of the franchise being enjoyed by NGCP, I therefore move that the next committee hearing of the Committee on Franchise, we do a thorough review and we do a thorough analysis of the performance of NGCP with respect to its franchise. So move, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion
Second motion, Mr.
by
Chair.
the Deputy Speaker.